Maggie Smith's journey from a middle-class upbringing to becoming one of Britain's finest actresses was shaped by early experiences that would later inform her iconic performances. Born on December 28, 1934, in Ilford, Essex, Maggie was the youngest of 3 children in a family that valued education and discipline. Her father, Nathaniel Smith, was a pathologist, and her mother, Margaret Hutton, a Scottish-born secretary. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 led the family to move from London to Oxford, where Maggie's love for the arts took root. It was in Oxford that Maggie found the fertile ground for her future passion, and by attending Oxford High School, she discovered her affinity for Shakespeare and the theater. While not particularly outgoing, Maggie's imagination and instinct for performance stood out to her teachers. Her early years laid the foundation for her illustrious career, one marked by quiet determination and subtle brilliance. Maggie Smith's theater beginnings and RADA training. After leaving formal schooling at 16, Maggie Smith joined the Oxford Playhouse, a decision that marked the beginning of her professional theater career. At 17, she made her stage debut as Viola in Twelfth Night, and it was evident to all who saw her perform that she wasn't just playing a role, she was immersing herself in the craft. This early experience propelled her toward the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, in London, where she faced intense competition to gain admission. Maggie's audition, though unpolished, showcased raw brilliance that immediately marked her as exceptional. Her time at RADA refined her skills in voice control, movement, and classical interpretation, skills that would become the cornerstone of her career. In the early 1950s, Maggie joined the Oxford Playhouse Repertory Company, where she honed her craft by performing in a variety of plays, from comedies to tragedies. This period of rigorous work sharpened her memory and emotional intelligence, preparing her for the larger stages ahead, breakthrough at the Old Vic and rivalries with Olivier. By the late 1950s, Maggie Smith's undeniable talent led her to London's Old Vic Theatre, a prestigious institution where many great actors had made their names. At the Old Vic, Maggie took on iconic female roles in Shakespeare's Othello, Twelfth Night, and Antony and Cleopatra. These performances demonstrated her ability to balance restraint and intensity, captivating audiences with her emotional depth. Her time at the Old Vic also brought her into the orbit of Laurence Olivier, the legendary actor and director of Britain's National Theatre. While Olivier admired her talent, their relationship was marked by a fierce rivalry, particularly during a production of Othello in 1964, when Olivier slapped Maggie during a performance, an unplanned outburst of frustration. Despite this tension, their working relationship remained professionally charged, and Maggie continued to challenge and refine her skills under Olivier's direction. This rivalry, though difficult, ultimately strengthened Maggie's resolve and shaped her into a formidable presence in the theater world. Film career, from BAFTA to Academy Awards. While Maggie Smith was dominating the theater, her entry into film proved equally successful. She made her first significant film appearance in Nowhere to Go in 1958, earning a BAFTA nomination for her role as Bridget Howard. This film hinted at the depth and nuance she could bring to the silver screen. Her breakthrough came in 1963 with The VIPs, a star-studded drama that featured Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Although her role was small, Maggie's performance stood out, drawing the attention of Hollywood producers. The role that would cement her legacy arrived in 1969, when she portrayed the eccentric teacher Jean Brodie in the prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Maggie's portrayal of the character, brimming with intelligence, charm, and an unsettling intensity, earned her an Academy Award for Best Actress. Despite this newfound fame, Maggie never sought Hollywood's glittering lifestyle. She remained committed to her roots, balancing her film career with her love for the stage. Personal struggles and triumphs behind the curtain. Maggie Smith's life was far from without personal turmoil. She married actor Robert Stevens in the early 1960s, but their relationship deteriorated due to Stevens' alcoholism and emotional instability. Their marriage ended in divorce in 1973 after Maggie discovered his infidelity. The separation was particularly difficult, as she was left to raise their 2 sons, Chris Larkin and Toby Stevens, largely on her own. Despite the personal heartache, Maggie's resilience remained strong. Later, she found love again with playwright Beverly Cross, whom she married in 1975. Cross was a stabilizing force in her life, offering love and encouragement until his death in 1998. Maggie never remarried after his passing, as no one could replace him. Throughout her struggles, she also faced serious health challenges, including Graves' disease in the 1980s and breast cancer in 2007. Despite undergoing chemotherapy, Maggie continued to work, never allowing her health to define her. Acting became both her refuge and her weapon against the hardships she faced. The global phenomenon, Harry Potter and Downton Abbey. In the 2000s, Maggie Smith became a global cultural icon. In 2001, she took on the role of Professor Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter series, a role that introduced her to a new generation of fans. Maggie's portrayal of the stern but kind-hearted McGonagall resonated with millions of children, and her iconic presence was felt throughout all 8 films. Despite undergoing chemotherapy during the filming of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, she delivered her lines with the same precision and grace that had defined her career. After Harry Potter, Maggie became a centerpiece of the hit period drama Downton Abbey, playing the sharp-tongued yet deeply compassionate Dowager Countess of Grantham. Her portrayal of Violet Crawley became legendary, with her witty one-liners and heartfelt moments making her one of the most beloved characters on the show. Maggie's performance earned her numerous awards, including 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe, cementing her place as one of the greatest actresses of her generation. The end of an era, Judi Dench's tribute. Throughout Maggie Smith's remarkable career, one constant presence was her friendship with fellow actress Judi Dench. The two first met in the 1950s at the Old Vic, and despite their differences in temperament, Maggie's sharp wit and Judi's warmth, their bond deepened over time. Their friendship was built on trust, shared experiences, and mutual respect. On screen, they appeared together in films such as A Room with a View, Tea with Mussolini, and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Off-screen, they shared a deep, lasting affection, frequently appearing together in documentaries like Nothing Like a Dame, where their chemistry was evident for all to see. However, when Maggie passed away in September 2024 at the age of 89, Judi was left with a profound sense of loss. In a heartbreaking moment of grief at the Cheltenham Literature Festival, Judi broke down in tears as she spoke about the emptiness Maggie's death had left in her life. She revealed that she planted a crabapple tree in memory of Maggie at her Surrey home, and during Maggie's funeral, she carried a single crabapple from the tree in her pocket as a final tribute. This deeply personal act symbolized their decades-long friendship and the profound bond they shared, a bond that transcended the public eye and resonated in their private moments of joy and loss. A legacy of friendship, talent, and loss. Maggie Smith's legacy as one of the greatest actresses of her generation is undeniable. From her early days at the Old Vic to her iconic roles in Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, Maggie's career spanned decades and brought joy to millions of people worldwide. Yet, perhaps her greatest role was the one she played off-screen. As a loyal and loving friend to Judi Dench, their friendship, built on mutual respect and years of shared experience, was a cornerstone of both of their lives. Judi's grief following Maggie's death was a testament to the depth of their bond, and it highlighted the profound loss not just of a legendary actress, but of a friendship that had weathered the storms of fame, illness, and personal tragedy. Maggie's death may have closed a chapter in British theater and film, but her memory lives on, both in her unforgettable performances and in the hearts of those who knew and loved her.